Hello, Spookyfam, and welcome to the Chamber of Horrors. I am your host, mercydesdemona, and later in the episode, my co-host, reverieaddams, has a new segment of TrickrTrivia for you. Don't be shy, my ghouls. We do have really neat prizes for you. So go ahead and guess in the comments down below in each episode. We promise not to bite. Hard, at least. If you are the weird kid grown into weird adult and you like all things true crime, horror, weird, and odd, please consider becoming a member of the Spookyfam by clicking the subscribe button. It really helps us out, and give us a like. We are working hard to update the channel and give some really cool things. We can't wait to show our horror shorts and our new trailer that we're working on. It's going to be very, very good. Also, a shout out to our storefront. We have an official store, www.desdemonaproductionsshop.company.site, where you can see all of our goodies. And yes, some designs are by me, some are by Reverie, and there's also my made in the lab section, which is basically everything that is made by me at Desdemona Productions will be in that section. So that goes for props, candles, Halloween masks, stuff like that, you will see in that section. We also have a free shipping coupon for all orders 30 and up until March 9th. I believe it's Spooky Ship in all caps. And use that at checkout for your free shipping, and thank you for supporting us and our small channel and shop. Without further ado, let's get into it. It's 1981. And they're thinking, damn, slasher flicks are going good, but there isn't one for Valentine's Day. So what are we going to do? We're basically going to take Halloween and move it to Valentine's Day to a coal miner town, have a great value Dr. Loomis character who's always like, I told you so. I told you so. This is like murders that happened 20 years ago. And everyone's like, you crazy. That guy is locked up. And he's all like, you need backup. You need backup. And the sheriff's all like, You know, it's basically that. Except without Michael, we have Harry. Okay. I think you get where I'm going with this. My Bloody Valentine. The 1981 Cheese Fest version. Yes. I'm not a big slasher fan because they're really simple. To be fair, the only reason why I like Halloween so much is because the soundtrack entices me to watch. But if you really take slashers down, they're kind of like they need to be really well written, have a good soundtrack, or good special effects for me to watch. Now, what's interesting about this film, right, is it's all in the small town and the youngsters. Now, the thing is, the youngsters, I don't know what kind of age group they're supposed to be because they're not really high schoolers. I guess they're supposed to be young adults because some of them work in the mine down there, sorry. But they act like they're still in high school, so, like, I don't know, they kind of act like they're in Greece, you know, where these, like, high school kids, but they're clearly adults. I don't know. Anyway, this younger generation wants to throw a Valentine's bash, and they're at a bar, and the guy's just like, you know what happened the last time anybody had fun on Valentine's Day. And he goes into the whole story about how there were murders and like this guy got locked up and blah, 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 blah. You know, typical slasher fashion. I do have to laugh at some of the expressions and such. It was just such a goofy way that they all turned and looked at each other when he was saying this. Of course, the youngsters scoff at it, and they're like, we're going to party anyway, and we're going to go to the mine, and we're going to party, and all the weird shit's going to happen, because why would a group of young people listen to the crazy bar dude that's probably never left town and probably knows it better than the back of his hand? So that goes to show you, kids, when road tripping, if you go into a small town and some weird guy behind the bar is like, you know, some crazy shit went down back in blah, 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 don't scoff him off. Just listen to him. Save yourself the headache and the trouble. You'll be fine. Listen to the crazy barman. Anyway, these youngsters, they throw their shindig, they go down there, the murders happen. It's a pretty simple film. There's no way to not spoil it because it's from the 80s. However, I do want to say the special effects probably look cheesy to most people today because you're used to whole CGI and all that crap. But I do have to say the special effects for this movie were really well done. My favorite has to be the victim in the washer or the dryer there. How it's just like spinning there. It kind of looks kind of creepy and kind of, you're like, at the first minute, you're like, I don't know what I am looking at. Kind of captures your attention, and of course, by their standards, it did look realistic for 1980 stuff. Obviously, now we have updated techniques and updated ways to make things even more realistic. But back then, give it its props. In fact, when I was looking into this film a little bit, I saw in part of the trivia was that the special effects artist actually made the director puke by one of their special effects. So, yes, it was very well done. Very well done. Respect to 80s cheese, my friends. Now, of course, it's a slasher. There's gore. There's guts. There's horny teenager, young adult, whatever. There's young horny people. Typical slasher. I give it an 8 out of 10 for its cheese. This review is really one of the shortest ones I've ever done, but it's actually really hard to find horror themed for Valentine's Day. And Reverie and I were like, oh my god, it's Valentine's Day, we should do something for it. And then we were like, wow, there's really not a lot of it. And when I researched more films, there wasn't really anything that captured my attention that I could sit through. So, that is why we did this today. I hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day. I hope you get all the discount candy on the 15th. I know that's what me and Chris do, is we wait till afterwards. I was even supposed to dress up cutesy. I had like this really cool like Valentine's Day mask thing I made real quick, but then my dog chewed it. So, improv and the show must go on. Without further ado, I'm going to send you to Reverie for this week's Trick or Trivia.
Welcome back to Trick or Trivia. This is reverieaddams, and I have the answers to last week's questions about possession movies. And you guys just missed it. A cop was just lighting up outside my window across the street, and I was going to leave it in, but I got too tongue-tied toward the end there, unfortunately. But all right, number one was what city did the police threaten to arrest anyone who sold a ticket to The Exorcist to any minor, even if they were accompanied with an adult? And the answer was C, Washington, D.C., mainly due to the fact that it was filmed around there. Not entirely sure what that has to do with it, but that's what I'm told. Number two, a body was unfortunately found near the main house right before filming of the Amityville Horror remake. And who was it? It was a fisherman. He had been murdered, washed up in a riverbank near the house, unfortunately. Our condolences. And number three, the camera started setting itself off, taking pictures of a girl sleepwalking up the stairs in Conjuring. And Ed Warren says it must have been because a spirit was doing it. But what was the logical explanation that debunked it? That was D, the changes in temperature. It was set to start taking pictures, so even a human body could have set that off. So that's what we got for now. And I'll leave you at my own mercy. Hey, it's reverieaddams, and welcome to the Valentine's Day edition of Trick or Trivia. That sounded so fake. This is my Valentine, and I have some candy off screen that I may or may not be able to show the name of, and I've got my beverage here that I do not look nearly old enough to be drinking, so Let's begin. Number 1. Special lighting packages had to be used to avoid methane combustion when filming in the mining caves for My Bloody Valentine 1981. How many feet underground did these caves reach? A. 3,400, B. 5,200, C. 2,700, or D. 1,020. Number 2, the role of the monster's mate in Bride of Frankenstein was originally offered to an actress named Bridget Helm, but she refused for an ironic reason. Was she A. just married, B. just starting med school, C. recovering from briefly having been declared deceased and then resuscitated, or D. helping her family business at a funeral parlor? Alright, number 3, Tiffany's electrocution bathtub death in Bride of Chucky was originally written for a different character in a prior Child's Play film, but was scrapped and then reused. Was it first meant for A. Kristen in Child's Play 3, B. Kyle in Child's Play 2, or C. Andy's mom in Child's Play, or D. the babysitter in Child's Play? Alright, now I hope you have a bloody good Valentine's Day, and I'll leave you at Mercy's mercy. One more for good measure.
Thank you again for watching Chamber of Horrors and bearing with us as we slowly improve our show. We will be going live on February 24th at 7 p.m. We're trying 7 o'clock to kind of see what works better. Last time we did it at 8 p.m. We'll be going over some American Horror Story, which is really, really cool and something that Reverie knows a lot about. So this is going to be a really cool discussion. We got some TrickrTrivia. We got so much cool things going on. Bear with us. Stay with us. You guys are awesome. And stay spooky. Stay weird. Again, thank you for all the support. And stay away from Harry on Valentine's Day. Bye.